So what we have is a very important key here that's a secret that should never leave our application. And if this signing key was out in the wild, then anybody could create a valid token for our application. And I mentioned it before, but this key should be a significantly longer random string than what we currently have. And it should be hidden away on the server somewhere and not inside our source code. So for development, we have an option to store this in a safe place on our developer machine so that it isn't inside our source code. And what we can use is the .NET user secrets to do this. And I'm just going to open up my terminal and open up a new session. And I'm just going to type in .NET user-secrets. And this gives us the list of options that we can use in the User Secrets Manager tool. And we can list all of the application secrets, clear the application secrets, remove them, and also set a secret to a specified value. Now, when we add anything into our user secrets, it is only available in development mode. If we're running in production, we do not have access to the .NET user secrets. So if you change for whatever reason from development to production, you will not have access to anything we store inside here. So please bear that in mind. We're going to stay in development mode whilst we're developing our application, and things that we store inside user secrets, when we want to use them in production, we should set them as environment variables on our server where we're hosting our application. Now, we're running everything locally at the moment, so that's not important for now. But what is important is that when we start using this, that you stick to using development mode to running the application. Now, what we need to do in order to make use of user secrets is go to our startup project in the csproj file. And that's the api.csproj. And inside here, what we need to do is we need to give another tag inside here for user secrets ID and add a closing tag for this. And inside here needs to be a GUID. I'm just going to ignore that because this is invalid at the moment. And this needs to be a GUID. So we could go to a GUID generator, but since we're using GUIDs for our application activities, I'm just going to copy one of these GUIDs and use this as my user secrets ID. And when we have this in place, we can then set user secrets in our application. So in order to set a user secret, what we can do is say .NET user-secrets, and we can say add, and we need to add the key, and I'm just going to call this token key, and then we add a space, and then we add the value of this key, and I'm just going to stick to calling it super secrets key, and press return. And it's not user secrets add, it should be user secrets set, and I'll change that and press return. And now it tells us it can't find an MS build file. So what we need to do is pass this specify the project of our startup project, which in this case is the API, and then press return, and now it's successfully saved the key into our secret store, which is a location on our developer machine. It's not located in our source code anywhere. So if you clone this project and you move it to another computer, then you will not have access to this token key, and you would need to recreate it on any machine that you're developing this application. And let's just go ahead and list all of our application secrets. So we'll say .NET user-secrets and say list, and once again we need to specify the API here as well, and press return, and we can see our secret is now available. And we have access to this token key via our configuration. As well as the appsettings.json file and the appsettings.development.json file, another place that our API is going to look for configuration is inside our .NET user secrets if we're running in development. So what we can do inside our startup project, we can swap the super secret key and we can make use of our configuration. So I'll say configuration, which we have available because this is being injected into our startup class. And then we can specify square brackets and just specify token key as our secret here. And we'll also need to do the same inside our JWT generator. And what we'll need to do is inject our configuration into this. So what I'll do is I'll just use the generate constructor. And what we need to do is pass in the iConfiguration as a parameter and just call it config. And let's just bring in Microsoft Extensions configuration. And what I'll do here is I'm just going to create a private field, a read-only field of type symmetric security key and just say underscore key. And inside the constructor, what I'll say is that the key is equal to, and I'll just cut and paste or copy and paste what's inside here and generate this key inside the constructor itself. And instead of this hard-coded value, what we can use is config and we can specify the token key and semicolon. And what we can do then is remove our key from here and we can specify underscore key as our signing credentials key. And what we should find is that we can still generate our token and we can still log in even though we've changed the configuration slightly here. So let's just go back, and what I'll do is I'm just going to log in as bob@test.com and get a new token back from the server. And then I'm just going to copy this token into my clipboard and go and get our activity with the auth again, but this time just swap the token for the new one I have inside my clipboard here. And just paste that in. And what we should find is that we can send our request and we still get a successful response back. So that all works fine. And what we'll look at next is we'll create an authorization policy so that all of our endpoints are protected and require an authenticated user to access them. And we'll take a look at that next.